Hello friends, welcome back to automationtestingcenter.com. So in the last video we talked about radio buttons and checkboxes. So in this video I'm going to show you how to handle dropdown in Selenium WebDriver. So this is the agenda for today. So we'll look into dropdown list. Okay, and I have listed on few points here. So we'll talk about them in the form of demo. I'll show you demo. Okay, and we'll discuss different methods to select values from dropdown, and we'll look into how to get the first selected item or latest item, and later on we'll look into how to print all the values from drop down, and later we'll move towards multi-select drop down list, and I'll show you different deselect methods, and there is a method get all selected options. So using that we'll print all the values, all the selected options from multi-select drop down list, and at last we'll compare with actual list with the expected list. Okay, so whatever options we are going to select will compare with expected list. So let me take you to my blog, that is automationtestingcenter.com. So if you click on demo websites, one tab is there, demo websites, and here we have student registration form. So just click on that. So there is a field in student registration form, date of birth. So this date of birth field has three drop downs: day, month and year, in the form of day, month and year. So three drop downs we have. So this is typical drop down on any web page, or I would say traditional drop downs. Okay, so let me just show you why it is traditional. So if you click on inspect, so this is built using select tag. So this is typical drop down on any web page. Okay, so you can see similarly month has also select tag and year has also select tag. Okay, so how to automate this kind of drop down? So we have select class in Selenium WebDriver. So select is a class which is provided by Selenium to perform operations on drop downs. Okay, and multi-select object. Okay, and select will only work for elements with select tag. So just remember that. So you can see this day field. Okay, this element has id birthday underscore day, and this is the name. And if you expand, you can see all the values associated with this drop down. Okay, similarly we have this month field as well. Okay, so this is typical drop down list, and we have some other drop downs like bootstrap. So we are going to see that in the next video, or probably in coming videos. Okay, so let's talk about this traditional drop down first. Okay, so here my Eclipse is already open. So here I'll create new class. So I'll give name drop down demo. I'll select public static void main. So simply I'll copy the launch method from previous video which I have created from previous class to launch the browser and navigate to particular URL. So simply I'll copy paste that one, and here at class level I'll declare my WebDriver, and simply import this WebDriver from org.openqa.selenium. Now I'll create another method, public void, let's say drop down demo, and now let's inspect all those elements, and create variable in the form of web element. Okay, so let's see this one. So here we have unique id birthday. Okay, birthday underscore day, so we can take this one. So driver dot find element by dot id, and I'll store in web element variable. I have to import this web element from org.openqa.selenium, and similarly let's say for month and year as well. Month, and this is year. So I'll change the id for month and year. This is for month and this is for year. So we have located all those three drop downs and stored in web element. Okay, now we have select class as I have discussed. So we'll create the object of select class. Okay, let's say select day and use the keyword using that, and this will take a parameter. Okay, and we have to import this select from org.openqa.selenium.support.ui. just remember this one as well. So just, and here we have to provide this web element of WebDriver, sorry, the drop down. Okay, similarly we'll create the three objects for month as well, month, and let's say this is year. Okay, now let's select the values from drop down using the object of select class. Okay, now we have three different methods: select by index, select by value, and select by visible text. So let's use the first one, select by index. Okay, and here I'll provide, well, let me just show you. So index starts from 0, so 0 is the this day also includes in this list. Okay, so this 0, 0th one, 1, 2, 3, and 4th. So I'll take the 4th one. So simply I'll give 4 here. So this will print 4. And let's say month, I'll select month now. Select by value, and this is a string. So we have to provide value as a string over here. Okay, so this is the second method by which we can select value from drop down. So the method name is select by value. Okay, so what is the value? And just remember that this is text. Okay, visible text, these are not values. So how to get the values? So if you see from here, from DOM, if you expand it, so these are the values. So let's select February. Now what is the next one? Select year. Now we have another method. Select by visible text. So let's say visible text means you can take year directly. So let's say 1990, and let's put some weight so we can easily identify that it is selected. So let's put 2000 milliseconds, 2 seconds of wait, add throws declaration. And now I'll do one more thing. I'll close the browser at the end, so I'll create another method, tear down driver dot close. So this will close the browser, and here also I'll put some wait. Let's say 2 seconds of wait. And at last we have to create the object of this class from main method, obj new obj, and like this, and I'll call all the functions: launch, uh, drop down demo, and what is the third, tear down. Okay, and this will also ask to add throws declaration. Now let me run this class. So run as Java application. Browser is launched. The student registration form is opened. Now it will select day, 4th day, and Feb month, and year 1990, and at last browser is closed. Okay, so this is how you can uh, automate the drop downs. Okay, and let's look at the other things, how to get the first selected item. So there is a method. Let's say we have method get first selected option. Okay, so let's store this. This will return web element. Okay, and let me give name first selected item. Okay, and using get text method we can get the text of this, of the value, okay, of the first selected item. And let me just print it, or we can write in a single line as well. Sorry, semicolon at the end. So this should print February, not February actually. February is the value. Okay, February is the value, right? It should print this text, visible text. So it should print Feb. So let me just run it. So 4th is selected, Feb month, and 1990. And it will close the browser. Here you can see Feb is printed. Now let's see, I'll select another value. After February I'll select by value. I'll select January. Okay, and then we'll see what it will print. So let me just rerun it again. So I'll give this time to 1 second. Let's rerun. So here you can see Jan is printed, right? So this will print this method. Let me just mouse over it. So the first selected option in the select tag, or the currently selected option in a normal list, normal select. Okay, so this time it prints January, the currently selected item. Okay, and the third one is print all the values from dropdown. So how to print the values from dropdown? So let's print all the values from dropdown. So there is a method. Let's say we want to print let's say month field. Okay, so we'll copy this object, put it over here, and here we have get all options or get options. Okay, and this will return list of web elements. Okay, so just do this, and this will return list of web elements. So just give, I would say, month list. Okay, and just import this from java.util. So my list is created, month list, and let's iterate through for loop, advanced for loop. Okay, so we have to give like this web element, and let's say element colon this month list. So what it will do, it will iterate in a web element one by one. Okay, from this list. So it will take one item at a time, and it will iterate, and later on let's say like ele dot get text. Okay, or let's just simply will print all the values one by one. Okay, so this will print all the items from the list, and let's see the size. Let's print the size of this month list. Okay, I would say total month, total months, like this. Okay, so this should print 13 because it will take this month as well, and 12 months plus 1 month. Oh, this month. Okay, that this is default selection, so it will print that was it will count that as well. So it should be 13. Let me rename it again. This time it should print 13. So here you can see total months 13, and using this for loop, inside this we have print statement, right, for all the months. So here we have prints all the month, so it includes month as well. Okay, so this is about drop down list. Now let's talk about multi-select drop down list. So here I have an example, another example. So if you go to demo websites, and here we have Selenium easy demo website, and where I have radio button select drop down list. So this multi-select drop down list. Okay, so let's do quick exercise on that. So I'll copy paste this class, and I'll put it over here. Let's set 1, and simply I'll change the URL. I'll take this URL and I'll put it over here. and instead of 3 fields we need only 1 fields now. So let me just inspect this field. So it has multi-select, ID as multi-select, so we can take this and here I'll give multi-select list. Okay, now using this one we need only one object, so simply I'll comment, or let's delete these 2 lines as well, no problem. And select what are these cities, select city. Okay, and select, using select city object we'll select, let's say first is California, so let's select 0th one first. Let's select 2 3 items, select by value, let's say this is value is California, so let's say Florida. I'll take Florida, and let's comment this, and select by visible text. So visible text is also same, so this time I'll take New Jersey. Okay, and I'll put it over here. So simply what I have done, I have created new class dropdown demo1, and here I have created this how I located the element, and I have created this web element multi-select list. Okay, and using select class I have created the object select city, and from there I'm just selecting the values in multi-select drop down list. Okay, so select by index, select by value, and select by visible text. And what I'll do, simply I'll first comment all these lines, and let's remove this. Everything is okay, I guess. Now let's run this program. It should select all those items. California is selected, Florida and New Jersey. So all 3 items are selected and test case is passed. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to show this deselect method. So suppose here we have selected Florida. Now I want to deselect that. Okay, so here we have deselect method, deselect by value. I'll give Florida here, and then I'll select some other value, or let's not select anything. Okay, let me just run it again. First it will select Florida and then deselect it. You can see, and then New Jersey is selected. Okay, so this is how you can work with deselect by value or deselect methods. So similarly we have deselect by, let me just show you, select city dot deselect by index, value and visible text. The similar methods which we are having using select. Okay, so you can use deselect like this. Let me just comment this as well. Now what is next? I wanted to show method get all selected options, print all selected options. Okay, so how to get all the selected options? Okay, so select city, get all selected options. We have one method, so it will return list of web elements. Web element, and I'll give all options, all selected options. Okay, and how to print those values? Okay, so we need let's say this for loop, element, and we have this get all selected options, and using this element dot get text method we have, or simply we can directly print all the values. Let's say like system.ln, and in a single line we can give like this. It This for loop will iterate one by one all the items in a list, in this list, and it will print using this get text method. Now let's print this. Selected 3 items, and it will print all those 3 items. So here you can see California, Florida, and New Jersey. Now let's compare with actual list and expected list. Okay, so let me just create one list with expected values. So here I'll create one array list. Okay, and a string of array list, right? I would say expected list, we have to import this, and I'll add those items. So what are those items? First California, and second Florida, and third one is New Jersey. Okay, so this is my expected list. Now let's create actual list where we'll store all the values. String actual list, and in this list we'll add the values, all the elements. Okay, so here we can add all those elements. Dot add and here I'll give this statement. Okay, so that list will add all the, so this will be added, all the values will be added in actual list. Okay, all these values. Okay, and then after this for loop we can compare using method equals method. So actual dot expected equals, and here I'll put, where is my expected list? So this is my expected list. I'll put it over here, and this will return boolean result, and let's print this. The result of comparison is, okay, and simply I'll put using plus operator. Okay, now let's run it. So here you can see the result of comparison is true. One more point over here is, so here I'm adding in the expected results in this particular order, right? California, Florida, and New Jersey. Let's say if I add like this, and if it is Florida is at last. Okay, and let me delete this one. Okay, so the actual order is California, Florida, and New Jersey, and here my order is in the array list California, New Jersey, and Florida. Okay, because array list maintains insertion order, so it will add the items like one by one, California, New Jersey, and Florida in this order. So this time it will fail. So here you can see the result of comparison is false. So how to resolve this, right? So we can sort these two list and we can compare, right? So we have collections class, and using sort method we can sort that collections dot, here we have sort method, and where is expected, let's do actual. There are some other techniques to sort the list which we'll discuss later on. Actual list, let me rerun it again, so this time it should true. So here you can see the result of comparison is true. So this is how we can validate the values, and this is how you can work with drop downs. Okay, so let me just recap. So we have seen drop down list, we have seen different methods, how to select values and how to get the first selected item, and how to print the values from drop down. And later on we have seen multi-select drop down list, and we have compared the value from uh, with from expected results. Okay, expected list, right? So this is how we can validate values. So in the next video I'm going to talk about how to handle bootstrap drop down in Selenium WebDriver. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.